Hello, everyone, and thank you again for joining me. Today, I hope you're well. And today, we are speaking about personal growth. Personal growth is all about you and I, how we choose to develop ourselves in our daily lives and what we yearn to achieve in our lives as we continue to live. People want a better life. Nobody doesn't love to be better than where they are. But growth comes with a price. Many of us want, better careers, healthier relationships, healthier lives, but actually do nothing about it. They just wish they were like people. At Hishtana Coaching, which means to transform or to change, that is what the word Hishtana means. Personal growth is all about you being transformed. We are looking at the book of Romans chapter 12 verse 2, where it's telling us that we must be renewed in our minds so that we may be transformed. So it is about being intentional about becoming who God created you to be. Romans 12 verse 2 says, "Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind." Notice here that God doesn't say change your environment first. He says be renewed, be transformed. Now this is a person who's actually known how his life is going about. And so when you realize that you are on a journey, that you are called, and you realize what your purpose is, then you realize that the process of getting renewed every now and then, that you may not be carried away by what the world is offering you, then you're on the right track of your personal growth. Personal growth is all about developing ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, so that we may reflect God's purpose. It's choosing every day to be a little wiser, better than what we were yesterday, and decide what we want to do so that we may be able to transform even our environment, even our circumstances. But remember, the journey starts within. Today, I want us to look at 5 keys that can actually help in our personal growth. Number 1, know who you are. That is the key number 1. You must know who you are. You must know who you are created to be. Identity is very important. Otherwise, we will be living someone else's life. And this is where most of us get stuck, because we see people who have grown, we see people who have made miles in their journey, and we wish we were them. And we envy their lifestyles. We envy what they own, which is very wrong. Actually, this is a tactic of the devil that makes you stagnate in life. But if we decide to look at who we are, because everyone is created with their specific, unique purpose. And now when we go on a hunt on realizing who we are, and then realizing that we are called to a certain purpose in life, then we will stop comparing our lives with other people. So your identity and not people's opinion are what counts. That is the only thing that counts, that you knowing your identity. That is key number 1. Number 2, renewing your mind daily. The mind is a very unique, I call it a forest, because it has a lot going on. It can mislead you if you do not be the gatekeeper. You need to control your mind. You need to renew it by God's truth. That is the only way that you will help yourself to grow. Otherwise, if you entertain negativity in your mind, if you entertain the ways of this world, trust me, your self-growth will be compromised. So when we know that our minds are like a garden, that whatever we plant will be what we will reap, and so we will be careful to to control what we take in, to control what we entertain as our thoughts, and to control everything that gets in our mind, so that we may have lives that are helping us grow to be better people. Thirdly, which is very important, is about developing godly habits. We are all created by one God. And when we teach ourselves to live by habits and disciplines that the Word is asking us to, then we will be saving ourselves a whole lot. Remember, success isn't built in a day. And when we decide to grasp and work with certain godly habits, then we do that in small chunks, and then we teach ourselves that we need to spend time in prayer, we need to spend time in the Bible, we need to spend time in a fellowship with others, so that we may have accountability. And then that way, the book of Joshua is telling us, that way we will gain success by meditation of the Word of God. So consistency of the small actions can actually produce lasting transformation. Number 4, embracing challenges. Growth is usually very uncomfortable, and to get to the next level, we need to have dealt with the devils in the level that you are. And remember that the higher you go, the deadlier the devils, because they won't allow you to have it smooth, because they won't allow you to succeed in life unless it's by them. So when we realize that challenges are coming to grow us into a different level, into a higher level, so that sometime you may be able to advise someone else that, yeah, I actually went through that and I came out as victorious. So with challenges, it gives us an opportunity to develop patience, wisdom, resilience, and faith. And so when we are caught in challenges, we shouldn't be asking ourselves, why is this happening to me? Rather, what is God teaching me through this? That way, we will have lighter burdens when going through challenges. Number 5, and the last one, is surround yourself with people who help you grow. When we have 5 fools and you are the 6th person, then you are also a fool. So make sure you keenly choose what community you work with. What people are you surrounding yourself with? Choose to work with the right people, people who are pushing you to growth, people who are not entertaining your mediocrity life. So make sure you have accountability partners, people who encourage you to pursue God's purpose in your life. As we finish, I want you to remember this. God is not interested with what is going on around you. Rather, He is very much interested with who you are becoming in the process. Your character is actually what will carry you more than your talent. So today I want you to ask yourself these questions. What area of my life needs the most growth? What habits do I need to start or stop now? And what is one step I can take today to become more like Christ? Remember that transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens one decision at a time. And so take it one day at a time, and I promise you, you will surprise yourself, because growth is always attracted by small steps with consistency, and then success is a sure bet. This is just a part 1 of self-growth. Next week, we will be speaking about the habits that will actually grow you to the person that you are becoming. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope to see you next week. God bless you.